Hey guys, what's up? This is Will, Loki Alchemist. Yeah, so something that's been coming up a lot lately. And I even saw some shit on fucking YouTube today about it, where some guy commented about how like, oh well, people treat me like shit, so blah blah blah, like, kind of trying to justify the fact that like he treated people like garbage. You know what I mean? And my standpoint is this, like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but who they are doesn't change who you are, you know? So just because they're a steaming pile of shit, or they treat you like garbage, or whatever, they have their issues, whatever, like, that doesn't change who you are. So if, like, you feel called to, like, give somebody $1 or say hi to someone or smile at somebody, like, come on, just be a decent human being, then do it. Like, fuck everybody else. If they think you're stupid or whatever, like, fuck them. Because it's not about them, it's about you. It's about who you are. And who other people are should not change who you are. Like, when I went to rehab a few years back, I heard this story, and it was called The Coffee Bean or something like that. But basically, the premise of this story is like, so this kid gets arrested and he goes to prison. He's a young kid. He's like 19 or something like that, and he goes to prison. So he gets to his cell, and he's never been in a fucking clink before. So obviously, he's scared. He doesn't know what to expect. All this shit, blah blah blah. And so he gets to his cell, and his cellmate is this old dude. Like, and this guy's doing like a 20-year bid or something like that, and he's been there for a while. He's probably going to be there for forever, but the guy notices, and so he talks he talks to him a little bit and realizes the kid's just fucking scared as fuck. So he's like, "Can I give you a piece of advice?" And the kid's like, "Yeah, anything." And he said, "There's three types of people in this world." He said, "There's potatoes, there's eggs, and there's coffee beans." Okay, the potato starts out hard. You could break a window with a fucking potato. But you put it in boiling water, and what happens? It gets soft. It turns to mush, you know? And the boiling water is representative of life or any situation, just the world, But, and then you have the egg. And, like, if you drop an egg, it fucking breaks, you know what I mean? You barely fucking, half the time they're broken before you even get them home from the store, So they're soft, they're fragile, they're easily broken. But what happens when you put it in the fucking boiling water? It gets hard. It hardens, you know? And, but he said, and then there's coffee beans, okay? And coffee beans are different because when you put them in the boiling water, they don't, they don't turn hard or soft. What happens? They change the fucking water. And I don't know about you, but that's what I want to be. I want to be the coffee bean that, when introduced to hard times and all that kinds of shit, fucking, you change the environment. You are the light that the world needs. And that's what that term means. Be the change you want to see in the world. That's what they're talking about. And I'm not saying, like, I've been through some shit. If you haven't seen my story, it's labeled story time 1 through 11 or something like that. But I've been through some shit. I'm not saying I had a super hard life, but I've seen some shit. And and there were times when I started to let it change me. Where you see somebody dying on the side of the road and it doesn't even fucking phase you. But that's not who I wanted to be, and I highly doubt that's who you want to be, you know. So what did I do? I started paying attention. And I started calling myself back. I started looking inside, fixing these traumas that are designed to fucking deaden and dull us and desensitize us to everything. You got to heal those wounds, and you come back and you realize that love is all the only thing that really matters. You know, like caring and nurturing, and that's what they talk about. Like, integrating your divine feminine. It's not about a gender thing. It's about qualities. Like the man is the strong, the problem solver, the fixer, the blah blah blah. But you can't live there all the time because sometimes that logic, you can't fix stuff with that. Sometimes all you need is love. Love and care and understanding and listening and nurturing. And you have to do that to yourself too. We all need that. you know, not just other people. Like it starts with you, you know. And so if you're using, you know, oh, well, they're a piece of shit, so I'm gonna be a piece of shit. Like, look inside, because the world is a reflection of us, of who we are inside. Like we project, we're mirrors, we're giant cosmic mirrors, you know, and we reflect what we are. We attract what we are, you know. And so if people are fucking always treating you like garbage and you're just being an asshole, blah, 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 look inside. It's all there. All the answers are inside. You know, it all starts with you. But yeah, that's my main point is don't be, you know, don't let the world beat you down and make you soft, but don't let the world beat you down and make you hard either. You know, change the fucking world. It all starts with you. All right, that's all I got for today. But thanks for listening, and see you guys next time. Peace out, Girl Scouts.